Hi guys, I'm Nikki and this is my husband Quentin Lott. And we're here on behalf of Heart, Faith, and Strength, Fibromyalgia Awareness. We're life coaches as well as advocates. And we're going to talk to you a little bit today about the chronically ill and the caregiver to the chronically ill and how you can be supported and how we can support one another. So, my husband has been a caregiver for me for many, many years.
Long time.
So I'm going to let him start off talking about how he can be supported and how others can be supported, because sometimes the caregiver is often overlooked because their primary focus is caring for the person who is sick. And a lot of times they have to change careers or they have to sacrifice in order to take care of the person in need. So, turn it over to you.
Okay, so hi guys. So I am Quentin Lott. I am part of Heart, Faith, and Strength. And I have supported my wife now for over 15 years. Over 15 years now. And I thought it was important to speak to the caregiver, those of you who are supporting those who are chronically ill. And reality is it is a sacrifice. It requires a lot of your energy, your time. It's a sacrifice. Now, my wanting to speak to y'all is I have encountered many people who are the supporters. So I'm not just talking about just myself, but even in conversations with many people who have supported those with chronic illness, whether it's fibromyalgia or lupus or cancer or whatever it is. So many people are out there trying to support those who are chronically ill. And the first thing, we have to understand is that I don't want to just not navigate. I don't want to navigate away from the main points. We have to understand that to do this, it requires a sacrifice. And in that sacrifice, it requires patience, a great deal of patience and a great deal of understanding. But the understanding part, if we are all honest, does not always come easy. When dealing with chronic illness, it's hard to have understanding of things that even when you go to those who are supposed to be the specialists, many times they don't even have the answer that you seek. And so on that end, it requires a great deal of patience, and you have to seek out understanding. And so, in our journey, I like to call it a journey, this journey, perspective is everything. In this journey that we've had, we were not so, and I say I did my research, my wife did an amazing amount of research to pursue answers. And I want to tell you, it helps when you do this together, that you are pursuing these answers, pursuing the understanding, and also understanding that the condition is not affecting everybody in the same way. And so you have to really put a face on it and identify, how is it affecting the person that's connected to you? How is it affecting them? And then when you are in the pursuit with them, automatically a certain level of understanding and patience comes up out of you. It makes it easier when you join them in the journey, that you're not just sitting on the outside waiting for them to feed you information, but that you really take the horse by the reins, so to speak, and you jump on and you ride that bad boy until you get the knowledge that you need to be able to help the person that you love. And so, that is really a great defining point for those who are the supporter. Is I found that you have two different levels of supporters. You have the one that doesn't move until you tell them, and then you have the other one who is more dogmatic. And I found that those who are more dogmatic, that they are pursuant of knowledge so that they can help the person that they love, that they don't feel so stressed in the journey. Mm-hmm. When you're just sitting on the wayside, so to speak, and you're there, but at the same time, you're very much so aware that there are things that you are not able to do so freely because you have to support someone else. When you have that mindset, it makes it very difficult to be able to exert the patience that is required to be able to go through this journey and not feel like it's destroying you along the way. And at the same time, as you're supporting them, you also have to find the important things that you need to do to be able to take care of yourself. It's not enough to just focus on taking care of those who are chronically ill. You have to begin to make sure that you don't lose your own identity or self-awareness. I'll use that word, self-awareness, so that you can make sure that you're getting what you need so that you can be able to help them. You know, I could think about times in my life, even as a parent. I'm a parent. I have 3 children, and even with that, if you're not careful with just the demands of life in itself, because this is the thing, supporting someone with a chronic illness, everything else in life doesn't stop. All the demands of life are still very much present. Bills still require to be paid. Your boss still requires you to show up for work. Everybody's a child of some regard. Other relationships that you have are still demanding of you. And so all of those things don't stop just because somebody all of a sudden comes up with an illness that, let's be honest, they didn't sign up for.
Amen.
But now it's in their life and they're trying to figure out, how am I going to survive? What is life going to look like for me? And for my wife, many, many years in that journey, she really had to come to a place where she could actually accept that life is going to be different.
Yeah.
It took many years to accept that life, that this image that she had already created of what life would be, that perhaps now that what she had envisioned won't be able to be so. And so that requires a great deal of patience, especially for someone who is driven in life. Everybody doesn't have the same drive, but when you have someone who is truly driven and they thrive on their accomplishments to now endure something that they cannot overcome, that in itself is like culture shock. It's like taking somebody from one country who speaks another language and throwing them into another country where their language is not known and the lifestyle is not known. And so now they have to completely undo all that they've known to now take on new knowledge so that they could actually live and thrive. And that again requires a great deal of patience, but the chronically ill is not the only person who has to endure that.
Right.
For me, my wife was pregnant when this triggered. I can recall her. I'm getting up early mornings, getting ready to work. And all of a sudden, one morning, early, maybe 2, 3 in the morning, she couldn't move. We could not put a face on it. We had no title, no diagnosis. It took years to even come across a diagnosis. But one thing we understood is that you should listen to the body. The body will speak. It tells you things. Understand your triggers. And I know I'm talking a lot right now to those who are dealing with the chronic illness. And this is the thing, when you are the one dealing with the chronic illness, how you drive and the decisions you make have a direct impact on the person who supports you. It is so hard to support somebody who don't want to support themselves. It's hard to support someone whenever you're trying to motivate them, get them going. They need to exercise. You're willing to even exercise with them. They need to change their diet. They need to do all of these things. And you're the one trying to help them get there, but yet they're pushing back all the time. It makes it extremely difficult on the person who is the supporter when you who are the chronically ill are not easy to work with. You have to be easy to work with. You have to be willing to make the changes to change your life. I'm going to say it again. You have to be willing to make the changes to change your life. And even with that, understanding that it doesn't change in a day.
No.
It doesn't change in a week. And this is the thing, as all of even those who are not dealing with chronic illness, things are still changing in your life, in your body. Things are changing. What was okay last year, or maybe for some of us 6 months ago, all of a sudden the chemistry of a body changes. And now what was working isn't working anymore. And so imagine that now you who deal with the chronic illness with hypersensitivity and all of these various things are continuously changing. So now there's an element that is required to make it easier for those who support you. The element is communication.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to communicate with them when things are changing with you. Even if you don't understand it, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even chronically ill, and I don't always understand that things happen with me. But that's just a part of it. You know, sometimes we get stuck in the facts of what we don't understand, and refuse to allow that to make any of you be stuck anymore. Keep pushing, keep trying. When you look at something like science, they try many different things to try to get an answer. But everything they tried did not necessarily get the answer that they sought. But they just keep trying and they keep trying until they gain more understanding. And so really, you have to be like your own scientist. You have to pursue the understanding. You're going to try certain things and you're going to realize, oh, no, that didn't work.
That didn't work.
Nope, that made me break out more. Oh, that increased my pain levels. You're going to try things. And then this is the other thing. When it comes to the pain, do not let the pain mislead you.
Mm-hmm.
Many times, one of the things that so many of you need to do, and your supporter should do it with you, they should, in the journey, is exercise. But when your body is not acclimated to exercise, understand this, and make sure you listen to me. When you exercise, you're breaking things down that it might be rebuilt. You're breaking down tissue and it's going to be rebuilt. Well, when you break down the tissue, soreness comes in. Inflammation can even come in. Things that you're already dealing with. So guess what will happen to you? Pain levels will go up.
Yes.
And so you have to make sure that you take it slow. Do not compare to what you did before the condition, because that will mess you up. That'll boggle your mind. You'll find yourself in a worse off condition. And so take it slowly. I don't care if it's 2 minutes. If you haven't been doing anything, 2 minutes of walking is better than nothing. Start slow and then allow your supporter to help you and root you on as you do these things. Being aware also what you're putting in your body, because various things will cause inflammation. Inflammation is married to pain. So if you got high inflammation, you're going to have increased pain. But I want to tell you again, exercise is so important. I know so many have started and stopped because their pain was unbearable. But you need to know that on the other side of that, things do get better. But you just have to keep pushing slowly. Take it slow.
Yes.
And again, I say this thing, and I'm talking to you who are chronically ill a lot of the time, because it's so important that when you take care of yourself, I'm telling you, it takes some of the weight off of your supporter. It helps make things easier for them. And this is a team battle. This is not a battle for one person. This is a team. You need a team, a strong team to help you as you push through.
Yes.
Come on, I'm just talking, jumping there.
So yes, it is very important, as Quentin was saying, to be self-aware and to have a self-care program in place, not just for the chronically ill, but also for the supporter. It's important for you to take care of yourself, and it's important for those who are supporting you to take care of themselves, because if we both are doing our part and then we have that communication in there, we can work together and we can actually see some changes. I have made tremendous changes with my health, just putting different things in place, and just all glory to God. If you do not know, we are believers, we are Christians, and we love the Lord. So I could not leave him out of the equation, because all glory to him. He is truly where my strength has come from, my motivation and my support and inspiration with my family. So I'm so thankful for that. But it is so important to have a support system. And if you don't have a support system, we would love to work beside you and help support you on your journey as a couple, as an individual, because sometimes you just need someone to talk to who actually understands what you're dealing with, and also who can help you to seek out the answers so that you can see improvement in your health. Like Quentin was saying in the beginning, a lot of times the doctors don't have answers. There's a lot of trials and error. And when I tell you, with me battling with chronic pain for 15 years, when I tell you I've tried so many different things, I've tried so many different things. So I've learned what worked for my body and what did not work. So when I say I understand and can support you on this journey, I sincerely mean that. One thing does not work for everybody, but what we can do is work alongside you and to find what works for you and cheer you on in that process, because it does get challenging at times. As Quentin said, when you start with the exercising, it will increase your inflammation and your pain levels. And a lot of times you just quit, but you cannot quit. You have to go slow, but be consistent in it. And that's when you see the results. Life-changing results at that, not just something temporary. So this is a journey, and when you're suffering with pain and chronic illness and fatigue and all that different stuff, you really have a lifestyle change. And in order to, so to speak, take control of those symptoms and manage those systems, you have to have a system in place and a great support team. So as I said, if you don't have that support or if you need someone to talk to, we will be more than happy to come alongside you and work with you. You all be blessed and have a wonderful evening.
And I'm as we get ready to get out of here, I want to reiterate that again because it's so important. It's really not just a question. It's really what you have. You have to have support. And you have to have good support. Let's be honest, all support is not, sometimes we get support and we wish we didn't even have it because it really wasn't good support. The correct support is a turning point in your life. The correct support, the support that you need is a turning point in your life. It helps change your mindset and your perspective about what you're going through. And so as we get ready to leave out of here, again, Heart, Faith, and Strength, heartfaithstrength.com, right? Mm-hmm. Heart, Faith, Strength, heartfaithstrength.com. Go to that website, check out that page. Good information is on there, and we would love to work with you. I don't want to just use this as a marketing thing, but what I do know is that we have not had anybody that we've worked with that we have not been able to help in amazing ways. I mean, we are usually baffled by the information we receive back from others because what we give you, we really put our heart in it, and we really have learned a lot, and we can help you. Whether it's with chronic illness or family issues, it really doesn't matter across the board. We can help you. And so again, I want to tell you, go to heartfaithstrength.com, check out the page. And if you schedule with us, I promise you will not regret it. So again, I want to tell you all thank you for this time, this opportunity to speak with you. We do not take your time for granted. And we pray that you will have a blessed day, blessed year. This year is coming to a close and a new year is coming. Let's not even let this year end without making some big steps. Let's not just wait to next year. Let's make some decisions now that before 2023 ends, we're going to start doing something better and we're going to take it in to 2024. Can we do that? So I want to thank you all one last time, and you all have a blessed day.
Good night, y'all.